There we go. Good morning. It's VapeAM. I'm Eli Juicy Jones. This morning, we are going to re-wick our Aromamizer V2 Supreme sitting right here with some tough wicks. There it is. It's VapeAM. We're going to re-wick our Aromamizer Supreme V2 with juicy wicks. It's going to be a nice day. Yeah. Good morning, everybody. I'm Eli Juicy Jones. This is VapeAM. I hope you have a strong cup of coffee. It's time to get up and go to work here pretty soon. Hey, Double D's. Hey, James Rivera. Nice to see y'all. Everybody, get your stuff together. This morning, we're just going to re-wick my Aromamizer Supreme B2. I've been sitting here staring at this thing forever, wanting to put it back together, but I've been evaluating all of these super sub-ohm mesh tanks lately, and I just haven't had any time. So I thought that'd be cool if we just put some new wicks in this thing together. Good morning to all of you. Hope you're all having a great morning. I want to, first of all, dedicate this show to everybody in California. I hope everybody touched by those wildfires, those terrible, terrible wildfires, is well and safe. And you guys are staying out of the way, and especially to the first responders who are out there risking their lives. So everybody be safe, and what a disaster. So good morning. There's my setup today. I'm vaping on my Nefo tank from Aspire, sitting on my Luxottic NC box, and I'm just on parallel bypass right now, so it's just going right through. These are about 1.15, so it's about 80 watts, and this is a pretty good vape, but I want to be vaping on this. This is my Aromamizer Supreme B2. You guys know this thing pretty well. We've seen this on the show a few times. Let me focus up here. But I cleaned up the coils this morning in the sink, and it's been in the ultrasonic a couple of times, just sitting around dry here lately. And today we're going to put some wicks in there and use it finally. Love this thing. You guys out there, if you're watching this on the replay or if you're watching it live, make sure that you tell me what you're vaping on. Today we're also going to announce the winner of the iJoy box that we did. We did the video for the iJoy Katana kit, which was amazing. Thank you, iJoy, for sending that thing. And later on, after we rebuild this thing and we're vaping, I'll do a drawing and we will give it away. I'm pretty excited. There we go. There's my digs right there. Tell me what you're vaping on and where you're at, too, while you're at it. I think I'm going to have to give this one of those bends. There we go. Adjust it just a little bit. Oh, yeah. This is fairly straightforward. The Aromamizer has juice flow control, so you can put a variety of different kinds of builds in there. This is a kind of a standard, I think about 0.2 build. I've got what I think is about 2.5 millimeters worth of Tough Wicks. I'm using Tough Wicks Juicy Wicks, which is my favorite, as you all know. Seems to be doing okay so far. If we can't pull that all the way through. Yeah, there we go. I'm just pulling the wicks through. We want it to be just about even. We're going to get them inside those little holes in the bottom. I'm going to cut these, and we're going to stuff them down inside there, such that they just lay flat inside there and cover those holes. Right now I'm just making sure I have enough length on both sides to get the volume I want, and I think I do. Get my Ganger scissors. Just my embroidery scissors that I bought online. Hey, Double D's, thank you so much. Double D's just put 2 pounds in the kitty, and I appreciate it so much. There is a super chat button there for those of you who want to make donations, and all the donations that you send to this channel go to keeping the lights on and buying gear and that kind of thing, and I thank you so much. Thanks a lot, Ems. I appreciate it. Hey, James Rivera and JT Munn and Juggalo Army 33. Great to see all y'all. James Rivera, did I already say that? And Owen. Good morning, everybody. Looks like James has got his K-Fun 5. What do you have, Owen? James Rivera's got his Hana DNA 40 K-Fun V3 Black Current Concord DIY mix. That sounds very good, James. Black Current. Black Current was the rage a few years ago and kind of fell out of favor, and hopefully it's coming back a little bit. Or maybe you're just hip as hell, which is likely. James is a good DIY guy. If you guys have questions about DIY, he's definitely better at it than I am. Lots of good information about. I'm getting a tool, by the way, out of my kit. Good information about doing it yourself, making your own e-liquid, which is going to be more and more, unfortunately, necessary coming in the future if some of these juice bans come through. I look at you, Florida and New York, with your terrible juice bans. Remember that the purpose behind putting the cotton in here is to stop the e-liquid and give the coils a chance to catch up and vaporize the e-liquid in an even way. So you'll notice that I'm using less is more technique, but I've got enough cotton in here to cover up all 4 of those bottom holes inside there and provide a slightly decent stopper. So it should be enough. I'm having, as you can see if you're watching, I'm having a little bit of trouble with that lead in the end right there. But I have overcome. I'm doing okay. Cool. What I really want is my dental tool, which you guys know that I famously have dental tools, but I have misplaced my favorite dental tool. Crazy. Got me loopy. But I can't find it. I'm going to have to order some new ones. Because I require my fine tools. My fine tools. I need my tools. Okay, so there. We have both ends stuck in there. We're going to turn it around and do this side. On this side, I sense there's a little bit too much there on the left, so I'm going to cut a little bit off. JT Munn, why is your head a good place to lay down right now? Oh, you got a new dog. Oh, that's why I'm catching up. Owen's got his Pulse 80 Wasp Nano Blackberry Vanilla Brandy E-Liquid. That sounds really good. I want to know everything about your dog, JT Munn. He says it is 2-year-old American Bully, which I guess is a bulldog. Oh, what a great puppy. I'm so stoked for you. As you guys know, we are humongous fans of dogs on this channel. We have a dog named Sadie here in our home, who is the cutest. You see pictures of her all the time on my Instagram. You'll notice I turned this thing around facing the other way, and that's only because it's easier for me to work with to curve this little shoulder guy inside there. The Aromamizer Supreme B2 is pretty tight. You don't have tons and tons of room in there. So you got to make sure that your cotton is high quality, first of all. That's the reason I use tough wicks. And I'm just making sure that's all oriented correctly. I'm probably being a little bit too anal. All right, let's look at that. Now I've got my Letizia Gold, which is a delicious vanilla cake. Philippines. It's going to make a little bit of a mess here because of the way we put the Aromamizer together. In fact, I may go ahead and take this off and assemble it partially first. Yeah, it's a good idea. I'm just unscrewing it without undoing it. Let's put this guy on here, into there. In case you guys were wondering, I've already pre-fired those about 100 times before we did the show. I get a lot of hilarious and justified humor ribbing because I forget that quite often. Okay, here we are. Going back a little bit on the focus. Oh, the stuff smells delicious. It smells like vanilla cake. I'm going to make darn sure this is fully saturated inside here before I put this back together. You guys will forgive me if this takes a second. The Aromamizer is like a nice machine. And I like to make sure that it's perfect. Now, as you know, you should always open these things up and tweak them a couple of times after you've done it. It's just the nature of the beast. Don't feel bad if you do that. There we go. Just firing them a little bit. Okay. I'll just put on the old mammy jammy. Take it off off the mod. Hey, there's Chili Dog. It's great to see you. How are you, my friend? Great to see you. We have to match up these notches. Won't be too hard. There we go. Juice flow is open. Airflow. I'm going to put a little bit of juice in here. We don't have to put too much in because the genius design of the Aromamizer, this is something that the tank from RevTech borrows. It's the design where the e-liquid goes in the bottom and then stays inside that chamber. We just have to put enough in to fill the bottom up, which is okay. This is that RevTech tank I told you about where the bottom of this is actually just exactly like this. It's full of e-liquid and the coils are inside there. One of the things we always do here in the channel, you guys recall, is I underfill newly wicked tanks. The reason I'm having trouble with this is that my exact copy has a little nick where I dropped it one time. So as you can see, I have a little trouble getting the top on. On yours, it's probably perfect. Mine's flawed. Well, I must say, I've never had this much trouble. Yeah. Having a little mental brain part. All right, there it is. It's open. It's going. It's built. Let's go here. Put it back on the mod. Check it out. Chili Dog has a new job there, keeping him hecka busy. It's great to see you. It's another quote late show. He lives in beautiful France. We're here at about 55 watts. It's about 0.18. I thought it was going to be 0.2, but it went down a little bit. Going to keep the air open on my first toke. Always open on the first one. Now we're going to go close the air down and go up to about 60 watts. I always ramp these things up in little staircases. So far, so good. Don't need to add any e-liquid yet. We're about 60, now I'm going to go about 65. I'm just always real careful with these RTAs. JT Munn is pointing out that the Supreme Court is using recordings from Alexa in a murder trial, so watch out if you have one of these digital recording devices. We have one of these, and we joke about it all the time, about how it's listening to us all the time. Hey, Vaughn B., it's great to see you. Good morning. This morning, we're just rebuilding my Aromamizer Supreme B2. We just put the wicks in, and so we're just hanging out. Sit here and chat with us. Tell us where you're at, what you're vaping on. We were just chatting about the Supreme Court has decided that Alexa is going to be admissible in court there as far as recording you all the time. Once they figure out those can be modified and hacked, then they'll put some constraints on that. But it's definitely true. We definitely joke about how that thing is recording us all the time. You can't refer to it as Alexa. It's in the other room. We refer to it as Voldemort. So when we want to talk about the actual device, we say, hey, are we going to replace Voldemort this year? Because if you say her name, the activation says, I don't know how to help you with that. Coffee and tea, everybody. This is Orbital Vaping Headquarters. The show is VapeAM, and I am Eli Juicy Jones. I hope you're having a great morning. We just put some new wicks in my Aromamizer Supreme V2, which has been sitting around here for quite a while. I've been wanting to do this. So it'll be nice to have this rebuilt. It's had the coils in it. The coils are just fine. But I haven't had it built. I need to close the air way down and crank the watts up on this 0.18. I've been conservative. I would normally vape this at about 80 watts, but I'm just being very conservative. So now we're about maybe 85. Now we're about 75 watts. Leva. Yum. Latines is good. This thing has massive airflow. It's so funny, the Aromamizer Supreme V2 has got the most massive airflow. You can, if you set this thing here as a dual honeycomb, cyclops, or I guess a dual biclops, and you can set it down to here, which is a little bit more, and then go down to here. I usually keep it about there. It's just about my jam with this thing. It's pretty closed. Not even, actually. I'm going to close it more. Want to be vaping on Modfather 25? Doesn't know why he hasn't picked up an Aromamizer yet. Yeah, the Supreme V2 is, to me, the Supreme V2 is the best one. I have a Titan as well. Haha. So this is overkill over here, the Titan. They both have great flavor. The design is proven. This one, they're a little bit picky the way you wick them. And if you don't use the juice flow control correctly, it can leak when you're filling sometimes, depending on the way you build. But once you get this machine down, it's some of the best flavor, one of the best RTAs. It's really good. There's a clone, not a clone, but there is another device where they made it quite a bit like this, and it's the Blitzen from Geek Vape. And inside there, it doesn't have the juice flow control, but the actual inside is very much like this. And so it's got the same type of juice that goes in the bottom of the glass part here, and this design works. It's cool that they actually cloned it. I know that people complain about this thing having something that is so similar or whatever, they knocked it off, but to me it's a sign that it's part of that it's a real acknowledgement, because the velocity deck that both of these share wasn't invented by them either. And there's other examples of clamp decks and other stuff where people just borrow from each other. So this is a great design, and they were the first ones to just outright steal it. Like, yep, it's good. I expect someone else one day will be brave enough to do that. JT Munus is describing in chat a little bit about his Alexa went crazy. It records everything you say, whether you tell it to or not, and his started doing weird stuff, so he got rid of it. It gave him directions to a funeral home when unprovoked, and it laughed a lot. That's funny. Ours activates sometimes, and you can go into the Alexa app and see what it thinks it said, but I would redo the training, or get rid of it. That's fine. I personally don't mind. We're not planning on murdering anyone. And maybe if someone came in to murder us, it would record it and it would be good. It would be admissible. And they'd be able to say, like, nope, that's definitely your, your whatever, third cousin, second removed, crazy one person. But you should know. But you should definitely be aware of all that. Like, thank you. Like, that's fantastic for you to tell us all that. James Rivera says the Titan has cool build options, very Lego-like deck. Yeah, the Titan, I should point out, the Titan, they aren't exactly the same. The Titan, I use the Velocity deck, but the Titan, no, I use the postless deck in both of these. But the Titan has some options that are crazy, like different positive, negative configurations that look like Legos and little blocks, and different posts that give you different length options, and it's really cool. If you want to experiment or build crazy things in an RTA, the Titan is your go-to. It's crazy good. That kind of weird stuff. Silly Dog, I'm so glad you got a new job and that you're liking it. I hope you're liking it, actually. I guess I'm inferring that you're liking it. I'm just catching up on the chat just a little bit here. The dog is trying to keep JT Munn from watching this video. That's so cute. Tell us the story of why you got your dog, JT. Although I know why people get dogs. I know why I do, because dogs are the best. Living without dogs is tantamount to lunacy. Let's vape some more. Hey, Tom King, nice to see you. Good morning. Tell us where you're at, what you're vaping on. You just joined us from, he'll tell us here in a second. Yeah, dogs are the best, right? Orbital Vaping and Beard Care and Dog Loving Headquarters. There's our new moniker. This needs more wattage. It needs more wattage. Chili Dog says that he's lucky to be able to only choose jobs that he likes. So yes, he likes it. That's great. I'm so glad. That's good. Good for you, my friend. I'm so happy about that. I need to message you, by the way, because remember last fall we talked about places to go find jobs and stuff, and I need to talk about that again. Just remembered that myself. Yeah, I think most of you, a lot of you have dogs, don't you? JT says his issue is the police used to have to go through all kinds of red tape to put a bug in a house. Now it's just in there for them. Yeah, that's true. That's absolutely true. On principle, I couldn't agree with you more. It's always there, just in case. Yeah, you're right. That's not good. That's only good for law enforcement. Thing is working like a charm. I'm curious to see how much my build uses juice-wise compared to some of these super sub-ohm tanks, because some of these things fly through the juice. I'll just show you an example. Well, actually, all of them. There's no exceptions. They all absolutely fly through juice. Just guzzle it. This Falcon, this one, the only one that sips it is probably the Coil Art. Is the only one that actually, it probably has the best battery life and the least juice usage out of all these. My terrible O's. That is good. I'll close that down a little bit more. Juggalo Army 33 has a red-nosed pit and a pit mastiff. Oh, so cute. Oh, I bet they're so awesome. Those are some athletic dogs, man. Those are some dogs with muscles, I believe. It's so funny how dogs that are massive with big muscles are, you know, they're fit and happy, but they're usually not that aware, any more aware of it than some little Shih Tzu or something. And so they get a reputation for being kind of, you know, a lot to handle. They are a lot to handle, but if you have to sort of like manage them a certain way because they can out-muscle you pretty easy sometimes if they're running around. That's right. Owen has two beautiful corgis who are the cutest little butts ever. Those little furry butts are the best thing to see. And Tom King says he's got a Beagle crossed with a Jack Russell Terrier. Oh man, that's got to be cute. I love me some mutts. That is cute. Yeah, I had a girlfriend who had an American. No, she had a Staffordshire Terrier, a pit bull, and it was one of the hairless kinds. Not hairless, but short hair kinds. And his name is Rusty, and he was such a cute dog. He was such a sweetheart, but he had a tail like a police baton. You know, it was a little piece of bone wrapped in hard leather. So it was like always, it was like really massively painful when it hit you or anything else. And you could hear it hit the door jamb and everything because he was such a happy dog that he was always wagging the tail around. You couldn't get him to stop. And so it was one of those big ironies where you're like, oh, you sort of earned a reputation, but it's because you're so sweet, you know, and everyone thought he was such a menace. But he had this habit of like closing his mouth and then butting you in the face. And like you'd think you were going to go down for a little kiss and he would give you a couple of those and he would like go back and then go into play pose with his butt in the air and his hands down and then come up and butt you. And it was like, Rusty, you're hopeless. No one's, you know, he's like a dog control nightmare. So you always had to have him with the collar on and everything because he could not, you know, he would lunge at kids and knock them down and it was a nightmare. Juggalo Army says his puppy's great but dumb as a box of rocks. Oh man, I know how that is. Yeah, JT Munn says he doesn't really break the law anymore. I mean, I am with you. Like, I don't really break the law, but I'm seriously into my Fourth Amendment rights. I don't think people realize that we used to have a full-on Fourth Amendment in this country that was, you know, in full effect. Hey, let's see if this thing is going to work on my Luxottic NC. It ought to be just about right. Let's see how many volts this is going at. 4 volts, yeah. So it's only going to be lower than 87 watts. It can't be higher than that because this is running in parallel right now. Yeah, pretty slow. Oh, JT Munn just posted 3 pics of his puppy. Okay, that's good. So we're going to check the group out when we're done here. That is awesome. I'm so glad. I may even try to switch this over to turn it all the way down. I'm in series mode and I'm turning it up a little bit. You can always hear. That's one thing I don't like about this chip. They really didn't do a great job with this Luxottic chip. Still way low. Turning it up to 1/4. That's a lot. Yeah, that's better. Go down a little bit more. It doesn't have numbers or anything, but it's got a voltimeter on it with a dial. Huh. Yum. Yummy. So it warmed up there. Not a great looking kit, I don't think. It's okay. The Luxottic is narrow and tall, which works great for the pocket, and the Aromamizer Supreme is a good fit for this. You can get the smaller glass too, 25 millimeter. The entire box is 27 at the plastic and 1/4. So that's effectively no overhang right there. Chili Dog is asking if it's worth switching from the Noisy Cricket 2. This is not the Noisy Cricket 3 that I hoped it was. It's nice that it has 2700 batteries in it, but the chip itself and the box overall is not that nice form factor. This really, honestly, I like the Zenith 3 from iJoy better. This guy. And even though this dial looks funny, even though you can turn that beep on and off. Even though this dial looks funny, this thing actually works with more stuff. And it's cheaper. I wish they were both a little bit lighter. This one's lighter than this one. But this chip is ugly looking, and if you just want to upgrade to 2700 batteries, then yeah, this is a good option. But it's got really, really tight battery hole slots, and I just wish I could recommend it. I want them to do an update and fix a few things on this. I mean, it works okay. But for 80 bucks, I kind of wanted a little bit more. Because the original Noisy Cricket, and look at the switch is so ugly. I mean, it's nice that they have a switch on the outside, but the switch and the light are just so ugly. This works better. It's easier to adjust. The button is okay. It doesn't rattle anymore. But like, if you look at the plastic is bowing out at the bottom. It's flaring, so it's kind of distorted, and it just feels kind of cheapy. A little bit. Von B says he also has a dog named Bella, and she's a puggle and always tries to pick fights with Bear, his German Shepherd. That is great. Puppies are so cute. Our little puppy tries to protect us from everything. She actually just wants to meet all the dogs, but she wants to make it clear to whose pack she's in. I always tell him. She's barking like crazy at him. Ah, delicious. And this may answer your question, JT Munn. This is a potentiometer on here, and this only works when you're in series mode. But right now I'm in series with the red light. And if you put it in parallel, it's just parallel, and this doesn't work at all. FYI, if that's what you were asking. Getting hot. But it's not transferring heat to the box, and the box isn't getting hot at all, so that means it's working well. It's definitely eating up the e-liquid. I'm going to put some more in there. See, I've got my Dot Mod drip tip on here. It's my favorite drip tip of all time. You guys don't forget, for Black Friday, Dot Mod has half off deals. And that's your time to pick up those drip tips. What are y'all's Black Friday deals coming up? Have you guys got eyes on stuff? We're filling. I didn't adjust the focus. So we're all the way up on top. And it's blurry, blurry, blurry. Sorry about that. Over. Only mine were perfect, like yours. I dropped it when it was empty and cleaning. That's what I did. There, looking good. Looking good. See you, Juggalo. Have a great morning. He's going off to work. JT's asking if he's the only person that still uses 18650s. Yeah, probably. There are 18650s here on my desk in this thing. And because I was just doing reviews, and I still use them in my FeedLink and in my SkyStar. So I still use 18650s in my SkyStar, but not very much. Because the SkyStar is amazing. Need to go back on series. Turn up the wattage. Yum. Just trying to find my perfect vape here. Yum. Yeah, JT Mountain, that's a good plan. He's saying that he'll just phase them in as his old batteries go bad, and that's fine too. You know, I don't recommend that people just toss their old 18650 mods that they love, but as you get a new mod that uses the new batteries, yeah, phase them in over time. That's totally great. And typically, not typically, but iJoy does this. Many times they include batteries in there, so you might get a couple. Like iJoy has pretty good 2700s. It comes with theirs. It's better to buy the ones that are from IMR batteries, because those iJoy ones are the actual. Oops, didn't mean to hit the table. Are the actual 30 amp ones. Hey, Mark Jones, great to see you. Good morning. Good morning to you. We were just rebuilding the Aromamizer Supreme V2 here. I put some new wicks in there. Some juicy wicks. Supreme RDTA V2. This thing is great. Fantastic RTA, really. It's almost the end-all be-all of RTAs. One of the things I wish about the mesh tanks is that they had a tighter, warmer draw, and that's one of the things that the Aromamizer Supreme V2 does supply. See that? Goodness. I'm sorry, I didn't see that, Lolo. It says close the... Yeah, I don't think so. JT Munn says for Black Friday he's looking to pick up a Ghost MV1 package deal with all the extras. Ooh, that sounds nice. That sounds nice. Chili dog, yeah, something like that. There's some kind of something. Yum. So I kind of always want a tighter, hotter draw on some of these RTAs, not RTAs, I'm sorry, on some of these super sub-ohm tanks. And this is one of the better ones, in my opinion, and this supplies that for me. This is the exact build that I want. Oh, look, we have a little bit of water coming out of there. Try to see if that's water or it's e-liquid. It's water from the ultrasonic, seeping out as I use it. Cool. Vaughn B picked up the top side, and the Samsung 40T lasts quite a while with that drop solo. Yeah, that's good. That is very good. My 30Ts last a long time. Here, those 40Ts are good. That's great. That sounds fun. I'm going to get some dot mod drip tips, and I'm not sure. I haven't quite decided. Maybe you guys can give me some tips what I should pick up for review, maybe something to open up. Let's see. It's getting about time to wrap this up. Hey, I hope you have a great day. You know that I'm Eli Juicy Jones, and all of you are the most wonderful vapers in the world. I hope everybody in California is having a really nice time. I really lament how horrible those wildfires have been. And the first responders, again, like I said, have been such heroes going out there and rescuing all those people, and day after day. And people, just be kind to each other. Thank you so much. And JT Man is talking about how some of his 18650s still work. Yeah, so do I. Some of my home tech batteries still work great, and they're at least 3 years old. 2.5 years old, exactly. So I am Eli Juicy Jones. This is Orbital Vaping Headquarters. We just did a rewicking of the Aromamizer Supreme V2 today, and I am going to go and do my thing. I hope all of you have a great day. Thank you so much for tuning in here. All of you are the best. Thank you. Thank you.